where you come from, doesn't matter what you've been through. You can make it if you believe. You've got the potentials living in you. You've got the power to succeed. You've got the power to achieve. You've got the power if you believe. Success power.
Welcome to Success Power. I remember several years ago when we started Success Power's broadcasts on radio. I mean, it was a big move for me. You know, in the first place, when I got the inspiration to do that, I had doubts in my mind because I said, I'm going to be teaching people success principles. You know, when you think about the fact that that was some 17 years ago, I didn't look like this at all then. Things, were so different. We were so limited in resources. So I was thinking to myself, why should I teach people how to succeed when, in my own estimation, I have not succeeded yet? But I had to take the attention of myself, turn it on other people. I saw that the little that I knew about success, that there were thousands and thousands of people who had no clue how to take practical steps for success. They had no clue about the principles that guarantee success. So I decided to turn this thing around and to share the little bit that I had. I decided to go on radio. But then, where was I going to get the money? And I just dared to say it. And then I met these two young men who said, we work in an advertising company. They said they worked in an advertising company and that they wanted to be of help. They asked me to describe the vision, what I had in mind, what I was seeing. I expressed it to them. They said, can you give us about 2 weeks? We'll get back to you. By the time they came back with a write-up. They came back with a write-up, and the write-up was comprehensive. They analyzed all the radio stations in my city, the proportions of listenership for each radio station, the proportion of men that listened, the proportion of women that listened. I mean, it was interesting. And they suggested which radio station we should go on. Then I asked, so how much is this going to cost? When they mentioned the figure, I mean, I almost wished I had not started this at all, because I had no idea where to get the money from. But eventually, you know, the money came. It did. In fact, a lady walked into my office, brought a check from her husband, and she said, look, both of us decided to make this dream of this broadcast come true. When she gave me the check, I almost screamed because it was even more than the total amount of money we needed for the first quarter, which was all I was looking for. So, starting out on radio stretched my faith. But then I realized from that experience that until you try, you never know how much you can have. You never know how far you can get. You never know what you have the capacity to do. Very important lesson for me there. Because I look back now and I ask myself, what if I didn't start? I mean, Success Power now touches people's lives in so many countries, on different continents? What if I had been so worried about how much it will cost us for the first quarter, and then the second quarter, and then the first year, the second year, the third year, and I have become so overwhelmed thinking about all that we never really started in the first place? You understand? What I'm trying to explain is that you will never know how much you can do. In fact, you will never know who you have the potential to become until you make some bold moves. You dare some steps, you take some risks, you act in faith. You'll never know what you could do. Interestingly, when I look back now, it's one of the best decisions I ever made, one of the best choices that I ever made. I mean, I've had to handle resources that I would never have handled if I had not taken this big step to affect people's lives positively. Maybe there are people who have been destined to partner with you, to work with you, to cooperate with you, to make your dreams come true. But they are not yet active in your life because you are not yet attempting the kind of things that require their kind of help. This is important. You find out that the moment you begin to dream bigger and you begin to attempt big things, you begin to attract people you've never attracted before. You begin to attract resources, even financial, that you never attracted before. It's a complete change of life. So, I am here today to encourage you, dear viewer, that it's time for you to go forward. It's time for you to break your records. It's time for you to get some new testimonies. It's time for you to break your limits. Yes, that's the topic we're discussing. Break your limits. And I'll be back after this break.
Success Power.
Do you want to be a successful leader or entrepreneur? Then you must read Success is Who You Are, a book by Sam Adeyemi. Transformation, imagination, thoughts, planning, emotion, association, words, action. All these are principles of success. This book will give you the blueprints for achieving outstanding success. Your mind will be broadened and your ability sharpened to succeed as you draw from the well of knowledge available in this book and embrace its principles. Success is Who You Are teaches you in simple language what you need to do to become a successful person. Order your copy of Success is Who You Are by Sam Adeyemi. In Nigeria, call 0808-444446 or 0805-44-54466. In Europe, call 4420-888-76771 or visit www.successpower.tv. Success is Who You Are. The blueprint for achieving outstanding success.
Success Power.
Welcome back. This is Success Power. We are discussing the topic, break your limits. You know, I discovered something about us human beings, that we are like rubber bands. We really never realize our potentials until we are stretched. I came to encourage you to not be afraid of being stretched in the process of trying to achieve big goals. I know what it feels like. I've gone through it several times. It's not a sweet experience when you're trying to achieve something you've never attempted before and you're running out of money, you know, you are meeting